Before people say that all these guys who are on YouTube are misogynistic and all this stuff like this, just remember you're talking shaming tactics. You're shaming people just for keeping it real. I mean, we've stewed in silence, okay? The way that we feel about things, we were delusioned, okay? When I was a child, I was reading books. Sometimes there'll be a book where a kid would be simping, a girl wouldn't like him, she would like another boy, and this guy would keep pushing the button, or he would keep pushing the envelope. She didn't even want him. We were reading books like that, and we were like, okay, this is okay. No, that's not okay. But for a child, a boy, that's a learning lesson. If a boy is under 18 or 20 years old, a young man is under that age, then that's a learning lesson, okay? But me, if I'm 27, 28, and I'm still on the same level I was when I was 13 or 12 years old or 9 or whatever, when I was just over here just letting myself get treated like nothing, if I'm still at that level and I'm getting near 30, something is wrong with me. And people don't understand. As a man, we're evolving mentally, okay? Because I'm maxed out. I can't get any taller, okay? You know what I'm saying? We max out on strength at about 25. Mental capacities, we max out probably around 29, somewhere in there, 25 to 29. Your mind evolves long after your body stops. You know what I'm saying? Because the body stops evolving at 25. But your mind keeps evolving even after 29. I mean, you think the same way, but you think deeper into things. You don't think surface level anymore. And I've just noticed that people always, every time you hear a man talking his business, or I mean, every time you hear a man complaining about women, if the dude does not sleep with a lot of women, or he's not a tattooed guy, or he's not at least an old guy, if you ever hear a guy that's 20, 25 years old who wears glasses like me saying anything about a woman, and he's not a tall dude, he's just a normal guy who reads books and stuff, people will always shoot him down. And that's why you never hear guys who are considered nerds or guys who are smart or whatever, you never hear us saying anything about women that's negative, because we know that we will get shamed, we will get blacklisted, people will stop dealing with us. And we live in that type of society where you have to literally be a jock. You have to be a guy who has a lot of women just to say anything, because as soon as I say anything, people are going to label me incel, and then people are going to stay far, far away from me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm really quiet. And I don't really speak my red pill thoughts, because I know that, there's judgment that comes with that. It's like wearing a scarlet letter, or it's like wearing, it's like having a target on your back. And people want to shame guys on YouTube just for saying how they feel. Now, I've changed from the way I used to be. Like, I used to just be rah, 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 yeah, yeah. I'm not like that anymore. I think I'm maturing. I'm not angry or anything. And I know that, like, half of the people who call me a misogynist, I mean, well, a lot of the people who call us misogynists and this and that, you gotta understand something, okay? We do not, we do not dislike, the opposite gender, you know what I'm saying? It's what's going on in society. We're always taking L's, okay? We're tired of taking L's. We take every single L that you ever see. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones always competing, always putting on shows. Like, for instance, my cousin or whatever, this guy would try and box me, maybe to impress some females, some women or whatever. We were teenagers, you know what I'm saying? Just clownish stuff like that. When you're a man, you get tired of dudes trying to put on shows and stuff. It's ridiculous. And, and I won most of the fights and stuff, maybe, 60% of the time, but not every time. But here's the deal. I just don't like the fact that we're always expected to be competing, just clowns that are always, that's our only objective, is to do whatever we can to mate, with whoever we can. And we're not even expected to have standards. I don't have children, okay? I'm not overweight. I brush my teeth every day. I have a job, I have a car. I'm not a rich man. I don't expect to have a rich woman. I don't expect to have a supermodel. But at the same time, even if I did have those things, even if I did want somebody who's better than me, should people shame me for wanting those things? No. But if I was angry and bad to the opposite gender just because I couldn't fulfill my unrealistic standards, then yes, you would have a nerve, you would have the right to roast me because it's like, dude, you can't be realistic. But for a guy like me who has the basics of a car and a job and a place to stay, and I might get two jobs. Okay, I'm a hardworking guy. You know, can I at least have standards? It's like, come on, man. Dang. It's like people are now not letting you have standards if you don't make $100,000 a year. Like, really? So now, if I don't make X amount of dollars, I don't deserve to have the rights or the same standards that somebody who's making a woman is making $25,000 a year. I can't even have the same standards that they would have, as far as they might just want somebody who has a job, a car, who takes care of their hygiene, and who works out, and who isn't obese. Standards like that. I'm not even going to put in the 6 foot standard or the six pack standard. Just the basic standards that they might have. I can't have that unless I'm making in the top 8% of men. Is that what you're telling me? And I also have to be taller than 85% of the men in this country. I have to be 6 foot. And 6 foot is one of those heights that everybody claims, but it's actually 1 in 7 men are 6 foot, I think. It might be more than that. It's between 15 and 25% of men are 6 foot. Somewhere in between that. 6 foot or taller. This is barefoot, okay? Not with shoes, because if you count with shoes, a lot of people are 6 foot. Because guys who are 5'11" put on shoes and now they're 6 foot. That's like 36% of the population, 37% of the population is now 6 foot or over in shoes. So we're going without shoes, but you just see what I'm saying.